Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to React Anti-Serial Experiments Lane. Tonight we're on episode 6. Last episode. Okay, so Phantom people, other people, right? We've been talking about, like, other Lain quite a bit, which is, like, the alter ego version of Lain. So we saw that again, but with a different person other than Lain. So that tells us a lot of information. That means it's not just stuck within Lain, it's like a thing. It's like a big thing. And for, like, I don't know, man. What we're dealing with right now is a lot of, like, abstract thematic elements, which can be really difficult to, like, place, right? So I think what the situation is the Wired is a metaphysical layer of reality, or something similar, like some sort of extra on top layer of reality that is becoming powerful enough that it's influencing the real world. And we're seeing that through other Lain's ability to manipulate the real world kind of like off of the computer's energy, as well as just like, I mean, all sorts of stuff, all sorts of weird stuff, like the merging of the games and how like shooting the kid in the game actually killed the kid in real life, all this stuff. So it's like a merging of the two worlds, with the Wired being, I think, on a higher level than the current world, or like the real world. But also, I think where we're at, and this was a kind of a little mini new idea before we get into it, is that other Lain, I think, is like the god figure, and then normal Lain is not. So what that does is that gives us a reason as to how God can communicate with Lain by saying that was like other Lain communicating with Lain or something like that, right? Because they were saying, like, I am God, what's up, prophecy, blah, 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 to Lain, which separates God and Lain, but other Lain could have been the one saying that to normal Lain. There definitely are, like, other versions of every character. I mean, because we saw the mom and the dad with them talking to Lain, and then we saw the sister, of course, was, like, the main thing last episode. Though it does seem that, like, Lain and other Lain have a unique relationship where they're coexisting better. Maybe not even to Lain's knowledge. Maybe like it's been going on with her way longer or something, because of her like unique connection that her father like fostered in her. Something like that. That's just kind of where we're at. I don't really have too much to say before getting into this. I'm just kind of excited to see where it goes and kind of terrified. What's going to be the most important thing I think to look out for is how the sister's acting. Because if the sister is acting like other sister, then like, I don't even know what that would mean. But that would be bad. I mean, not bad necessarily, but that'd be important, because we saw the two versions of the sister, and then one of them disappeared like into the ghost form and then like disappeared, right? So if the sister has started acting like other sister, that means that normal sister has been like shunted out of reality or whatever. Something similar to that, like have fun in the astral sea, become some cosmic foam, you know? But if the sister's acting normally, then I have no idea. I have no idea what's going on. But yeah, so, dude, what if they do something to Arisu? I want Arisu to come out of this on top. Arisu is such a nice character. So, like, if they do her dirty, then, like, I'm pissed. Because she's so sweet. Lain just is, like, so central to the plot that I don't know if she even has a chance to come out of this, like, remotely okay. Because I feel like she's either going to come out of it as, like a space internet god, or, like, I don't know, something way worse. But Arisu just a bystander. She's just big chillin'. So hopefully she makes it out of whatever's going on. Okay, let's just jump to the episode and talk more about it later. I am drinking this like weird coconut hydration water drink, Prime Ice Pop. I don't know how I feel about it yet, but you know, maybe I'll give you a little bit of and talk about that later. Let's get into the episode for now. 3, 2, 1. Bang! Holy crap, that is loud. Sorry, forgot to turn my mic down. All right, let Lain show up. What's up, Lain? Is she over there? Okay. Wait, there was like audio playing. Is there like a secret code that they're saying in the introduction? I would be so upset. That'd be interesting. Because like, it sounded like someone saying like 07 or something. Hopefully I'll remember to run that back. Because I wouldn't be surprised if they're spitting some sort of secret code, you know? Breakthrough. And like other Lane's motivations, I don't even know. Because like with her through the TV here, like it's like she's interacting with people. It really feels like she's like an embassy agent, you know? Like she's the ambassador. However, we haven't really seen her do that. We just seen her like further establishing her connection to the Wired through enhancing her Navi so that she can jump into it fully. So, I mean, I think she'll make that switch eventually, because I mean that's her goal, and I don't see a way that she's not going to be able to make it. But then what becomes of normal Lain, and then what does she do once she's there? That's some really worrying ideas there. Pause. Freeze it. Freeze frame. I really like this OP. I like the music of it a lot. It's very like I don't know. I don't quite know the right word for it. It's like relaxing. I don't know. It's something that I could go on a walk to. Not like a nighttime walk, like a daytime light nature walk. They always do the stop sign with that dude. Man, what is this? Man, this is actually giving me Evangelion flashbacks at this point. Like, is that Shinji talking to me here? Shinji, go back to the hospital. Kids? Okay. Maybe about the sister in Lain. Gotta get comfortable. Is that the dad? Who is that? Yep, it's the dad. Lain didn't close her door fully. He peer in. Don't walk in there, she's probably naked. We've seen the ED. At least he knocked before he entered. Give her plenty of time to put pants on. Liquid? She deep in it now. Why is there liquid, man? She got plasma tubes. Lain, where did you get all this equipment? Is she summoning it? Are the knights delivering it to her? There's literally holograms. She happy with it though. She pleased. He's sweating. I feel like he knew this was gonna happen. Maybe not to this degree. Coma. Oh, this is her like in the Wired world, maybe? She just saw a funny cat video. Aww. That looked like a baby. Okay, I think she's talking to the Wired. I wonder why she's favored though, you know? Oh, is this Lain? This might be Lain. Oh, okay, it's the Knights. Okay. Okay. I think that's Lain. Wait, did other Lain put Lain in the computer world? How do souls work? How can you move a soul? Okay, she's walking. Her shadow looks kind of different than the other shadows, maybe. Her shadow's like moving. I don't know. I don't know if I should read into the shadows. Probably not. Is that a person? There's a person down there. Oh, it's a kid. He's doing praise the sun emote. Is he actually praising the sun? Why is her shadow moving, man? He's gone. And the hum of the electricity stopped at the same time. So I think he's somehow then connected to the Wired, because that's why the electricity stopped, right? Which already kind of connects. Is that like a pentagram of the, or a The power cable is like made a pattern. Are we with Lain? Arisu! Yes, finally! My girl, Normal Lain, back in the chat. Aw, look at her putting a hand on her shoulder saying, I'm here for you. Yeah, she been hanging out with the knights. She been hanging out with the knights. Maybe not in the real world, but in this world. I don't know, man. They even calling her out for it. She said, my online friends are just as real as my real friends. What kind of sites? Lain, don't answer that. 4chan. Risu worried about her. The knights. Okay, so Lain's hanging out with the knights. But Normal Lain is, not Other Lain. That's what's weird to me. I think Other Lain is like... Are y'all hanging out? Y'all just hanging out, having a good time? Aw, the squad. 30-minute all-you-can-eat ice cream special? If you're hungry, don't go eat ice cream. That ain't gonna fill you up. You gonna hack that TV for kicks? Aww. It's so wholesome right now. Lain kind of got drip. Oh, it's the Praise the Sun kid. Okay, so was that a prophecy? Oh man, is the time she's seeing people like actually prophetic visions of what is to come? Is she about to see something crazy? Did the world just end? No? Okay. She gonna see like Other Lain? I don't know what she's looking at here. She could see like an eye. Oh, Other Lain in the clouds. Huh. Okay. This is getting weird. Can anyone else see it? Oh no! What is that? That's what I'm saying! Other Lain, what are you doing? Get out of the clouds! Dude, Other Lain's like actually doing an angelic appearance. They're praising her. It's praise the Lain. It's not praise the sun. Lain, how do you feel about it? Gone? Yeah! And then you cut to the nighttime. I kind of wanted to see what Arisu was saying. Did Arisu see that? When was that? Okay, about 9 minutes in. I'll run it back later. We gotta get the clean watch first. The sister? How you acting, sister? You kind of got a weird posture. Yeah, Lain got friends. Stop getting on her case. I don't like the mom. The mom's cringe. Okay, sister's done. Sister's donezo. Wow, they're really playing with the camera zoom here. Getting freaky with it. Lain got an entire door protection system? Who is this? Other Lain? She walked in like Other Lain. Okay, so yeah, everybody saw it. A prank? Yeah, God coming out of the sky, Lain in the sky is a natural phenomenon. Nobody got that on the camera? No cameras? Okay, dude. This is Other Lain, I think, right now. Why is she walk in with that much swagger, though? I go, okay, I see you, girl. Tightrope? What is that? The lipstick is like smeared. That's actually crazy. Okay. Yeah, get out of here, Cheshire Cat, stupid monster. So she got crazy connection plus crazy computer, which lets her fully walk in. This guy's actually able to talk, but like, okay, and I helped Lain. So Lain a big deal on the internet. Kind of already knew that. Wiped the rest of the lipstick off. Even the lipstick got moved in. This guy. Imagine if this was how the internet actually worked. That'd be something. Gotta like walk down to YouTube Lane. There's a lot of good like child killer scientists. There's a lot of good like cyberpunk books that are kind of similar to that. Oh, what was that one I read? It was so good. It's like the pizza delivery one. If you know it, you know it. Huh? Okay, so this scientist, child killer scientist, is has to do with the kid thing. Professor Hodgson. Talk about it. He just a picture. I don't know. Yeah, he ain't gonna tell you much. He just unless he's about to move his mouth, his little stone mouth, his little printed black and white mouth. What you got for me? Oh, so he wanted to move to like a private island. She just pulled up on his private island like that? He wanted to die in the Wired? Or maybe live on forever. Ooh. Why did Lain come through the clouds? Why would she do that? Did she mean to do that? It almost felt like she didn't. Like she didn't even ask about it. She didn't even like respond to the computer talking about it. She was also naked. I'm just not even gonna... Ah, okay. So VR. They're doing like crazy levels of like SAO VR. I see. What's happening? Kindergarten. In-depth science. Mm-hmm. Ah. Oh, I see. So, does Lain want to cancel it out because she actually got some good in her and she's trying to help? Like, why does she want to know about it? Or like, because it's an example of the Wired bleeding into the real world to like a very extreme degree. So she might either want to cut it off or expand upon it. Parapsychological ability. Okay, well, Lane's done straight ESP nonsense before. We've talked about it. What is this? You see how she's like walking in front of a Google slideshow presentation right now? I'm actually getting TED Talked by Lain. Are you like gathering it up and like bottling it? Sucking it up? Drinking it? Yeah, together they're strong. I'm here. Oh, look at all that information. Where? Okay. I'll try to read some of this. 15. She seems concerned. She's tripping. Okay, that's a good sign. We want to hear that from Lain. Thought to the children. What just happened? Did somebody terminate him? They didn't want he was sharing too much info, so they assassinated him. Oh, or maybe this is just a representation of the Psy. Okay, it overloaded, killed the kids, something like that. Except Lain, I think, okay, so this is the technology that's allowing Lain to do all her weird stuff. Potentially. That same thing that's present in kids, she just has a ton of. But she cares about kids. This is true. Where's the humanity? Won't return to the real world. Okay, so they were potentially shunted to the wired instead of just killed. But, I mean, even dying maybe puts you to the wired anyways. Who even knows? I don't know, man. Oh, I just had an idea. Maybe the spirits... Oh, overloaded? Because remember last episode with the picture, or the prophecy? What sort of being you're trying to become? I'll deal with it later. I'll talk about that later. I gotta focus. Rogues. Okay, so she's blessed by God. She's not God. We'll pull it back a little bit. And he's dead. Alright, thanks, man. Thanks for the info. Girls at a crossroads. Man, this show is wild. Okay, so she said the rogues are the knights. I'll have to look at his wording again, just to be sure exactly what that insinuates onto the knights. She really sleeping at the computer, huh? Liquid cooling. Yes, okay, so she seems to have... I don't know, it's weird. She's appearing in the sky as like an angel. And then similarly, seems to not have very much power in this instance. She's actually tripping because she's getting bullied online. Just a little bit. I mean, not really, but like... It's just interesting. The power dynamics are kind of weird. What? The red dudes are back. Buzz off. I already crunched your glasses once. You gonna go more extreme this time? They didn't learn. Yep. Welcome back, I guess. You're about to get stomped. Maybe just talk with them. Say, okay, what's up with you? Because they're just watching. They're just hanging out. For now. I don't. Lain, explain. The liquid man? Are they going to peel out before she gets there? No, he's just doing a little chatting. Oh, they're influencing it. Yeah, talk to him. I'm okay with that idea. Yum. Don't laser me. Oh, you're bombing my laptop. Yeah, okay, so they're using the power. They? Who's they? Yeah, what do you mean? You did that, didn't you? Who was it then, dude? Are you the Knights? Yeah, just talk to him, Lain. No, stop their car. Stop their car. Don't let them just walk away. They did bust your coolant system. You might be kind of low on your mental gas. Y'all ain't the Knights? Then who that? And why are they trying to sabotage me? Man, what is going on? The dad's still part of the Knights. I think it was the dad. The dad planted the bomb. He has access to the system. And I think he's part of the Knights already because of the, all sorts of stuff. Is she like a child? To be continued. Okay. So is she like a child experiment born out of, like, people online, like, just doing things for the fun of it? And it's, like, gone too far, and now she's, like, an entire thing? It's, like, I don't know, like a digging too deep story? Yeah, I didn't think there was any credit. Okay. We got a couple things we got to run back to before we even begin. See, look, the dad's acting all weird at the start. He's like, hey, can I come in? He looks at the coolant system specifically. So I think it's him. I think it's him. He's sweating. He's not liking it. Lain, normal Lain's having fun in the computer world, talking to the Knights. So they're, like, placating her. She gets a prophecy of seeing the kid praising Lain. So, like, she's getting the prophecies. She's, like, she's, like, blessed by the god of the Wired, I guess. Because it's, like, I guess the mask that we saw last episode and the, like, doll that, like, talked with her, you could say were the god communicating to her. It's just, like, the lines are, like, tell me something I don't know. There's nothing you don't know. Makes me think that she is the god because that's, like, omnipotence or, like, omniscience, I think. If that's literally what's happening. But it could just be that they're giving her, like, she has access to all information or something through the god. She's blessed in that way. That's kind of what they're talking about, but who freaking knows? Okay, let's see. She just comes down from the clouds, man. Straight naked. Arisu sees it. She says, Lain, question mark, presumably, that's you? What are you doing in the clouds? Why are you an angel? Maybe the sister, whatever happened to the sister already happened to the mom. That's why the mom acts so, like, NPC. Because the sister seems to have gone her mind fried. Or if that sister. I mean, she was fine, I guess. And look how much, like, crazy energy Lain's exhibiting here. Other Lain. She's angrily taking things off, and this is right after she's being told this strange phenomenon thing. So it's almost like she's being used as like a entertainment or something, you know? Was it a malicious prank, you know, like that kind of thing? I feel like, what was I trying to talk about at like around 9? Was I just going to talk about Lain? There's really not that much to say about Lain. I don't even know what to talk about. I mean, she's just chilling. I mean, it seems that there was a prophecy with the kid, and then it came true with the Lain. But I don't know. It's just weird that other Lain didn't seem bothered by it, or she does seem bothered by it. Like, it was talked to her about, and she didn't even respond, really. She just got on the computer and connected into the Wired to go figure out the kid thing. Okay, let's see. This man might know about it. In the real world, he's just an old man waiting to die in the private hospital ward. But in the Wired, he's on a private island, right? Something like that. Wait, I gotta take a sip of my drink. You can just watch this again. Have fun. Ugh. Okay. Ask him about kids. Yeah, don't ask an old man about kids. You look very lifelike young lady. That's because she's really good at going into the wired because her system's OP. The Kensington experiment. So, psi. Parapsychological ability is present most students. So every child has a little bit of psionic capabilities. Though it's very faint. And they tried to use it all at once. Notice there's all these wires and stuff. I mean, that kind of already, like, ties the psionic stuff to, like, technology. Oh yeah, I wanted to read some of this. Oh frick, this is gonna suck. Our initial body of utterances was collected with a program that periodically called staff members and asked them to say 5 names, selected at random, from 64 full Japanese names, surname followed by first name. Using this program, 684 utterances were recorded from a bunch of Japanese speakers. Blah, blah, blah. Transcription. Represented. Power spectra of 20 ms speech frames. Windowed. Dude, this is so boring. This is so boring. I'm not trying to read an entire, like, science paper, man. It's not actually boring. It's just hard to read it. And I'm trying to, you know, keep it going fast. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Our initial models. The system ran. We had collected over 300 utterances. So they're collecting utterances. Even with the new utterances, this is not a large data set, but nonetheless, perform the following experiments to assess effects of incremental retaining. They were added in 4 stages. The remaining 2/3 became the training data from which new models were made. Okay, well now I can't read at all. At each stage we made 2 tests, checked basic, frick you, run it back. Basic training data and new training data was incorporated into tests, new training data, blah, 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 blah. Okay, none of that told me anything. So thank you for making me read that, Lain. I appreciate that. It just seemed like they had them utter, what were the utterances exactly? That'll be the most important thing here. Our initial body of utterances was collected with a program that primarily called staff members, asked them to say 5 names like that at random. Oh, okay, so were they, like, guessing the utterances that, like, they called people, made them say names, and the kids were guessing the names or something like that? Which was activating the psionic stuff, and, like, the brain stuff was, like, doing all that crap, too. And they freaking put them together. Enhanced the functions of a specific area of the brain. Went OP. Generated a bunch of power and just exploded the kids. Or transported them to the wired. Maybe the Knights... No, the Knights weren't responsible for this, because the Doctor's not part of the Knights, right? I wonder where the power of the rogues that runs the kids' emulation and this other kind of power come from. Rogues. And then she said Knights. So I'm guessing that the rogues are the Knights. Therefore, he's not part of the Knights. He's just a scientist that was studying this thing. The Knights have reused the information he got about psionic children stuff as like an experiment of some sort. Maybe just for kicks. Maybe just for fun. Maybe just because why not, right? I mean, I guess. I think the dad's part of the Knights and sabotaged Lain's coolant system because he doesn't like how deep Lain's getting into it. Because we've already seen him like interacting with the internet and like googling and gaffling at his little like computer setup. That's pretty much all I'm going off of, but I just think that's it. I could also see like they said enhanced a specific area of the brain was like a byproduct or like part of this whole psionic thing. Lain seems pretty enhanced. I mean, she might be getting her power from like a blessing from the god of the wired, or she could have been part of this experiment really young, got super buffed from it, and then now is getting extra power from the god or something, right? Like, she could have gone through this. Probably not, but maybe. There is a chance, especially because the dad as a character, I could see doing this to Lain. Or having this already, you know, be done to Lain in some manner. Maybe she was part of the experiments and didn't know. And doesn't remember or something, right? So that's an entire thing. Was I just your toys this all game, or are you doing it for kicks? So I don't even know if she put herself in the sky. That could have been the knights doing it for fun. Because the knights, presumably, because they're the rogues and they've like doing the same, they're doing the psi power stuff, are like harvesting the psi power for just for fun. And so just like, oh, this Lain chick's like getting up in our business, project her in the sky for the laughs. Especially because she starts to insult them. You're just a bunch of losers. And then they bomb her system. But if these guys aren't the knights, then who are they? It wasn't us. The knights. Leaves. End. Huh? Especially because the knights... Okay, this is where it doesn't make sense. The knights gave her the psi chip. Did they not? I'm going back to find it at this point. Now it's important. Oh, Lain. I need to figure out exactly who delivered the chip to Lain. And she keeps seeing people in this weird spot. It's like prophetic. This is episode 2. Look at this. There's a dude. It's a prophecy. Okay, let's find... Let's have fun in Siberia tonight. From Arisu. I love Arisu. Okay, we gotta find the... whoever delivered the chip. The psi chip. Okay, so I think it was episode 3 then? Man, episode 2 was crazy. Everyone's connected. We gotta find the psi chip. Because, like, if the knights gave her the psi chip, which is what I'm currently think is what happened, right? Then it's weird for them to troll her by blowing up her coolant system. Like that. That's odd to me. Because here it is. Because, like, why would you give someone something and then just sabotage them later? Alright, let's see what this is. Something wrong with us. I know, Arisu. Brown paper envelope. What's on it? There's the psych chip, or the psi chip, or whatever it's called. I don't know when they said who delivered it, though. That's a kind of an issue. Tell me it now. No, she just walks home, looks at it. What is this? Psych. She's hit him with just a flat stare. Lain. Electricity starts humming. Kind of like when the kid was praising the sun. I mean, I think the electricity hum is representative of the wired influencing the stuff currently. Okay. Rumor has it the psych chip is mass-produced in factories in Taiwan. Rumors also say it was designed by a group called the Knights. So it was designed by the Knights. We don't actually know who gave it to her, though. The Knights we know. So the Knights are beings that only exist within the wired. They're like conceptually in the wired. Dying feels so good. Oh my goodness. Dude, and then the dad, she shows it to the dad. The dad immediately clams up and leaves. So, okay, so the dad at least knows about Knight stuff because he knows about the psych chip. I think he's part of the Knights, but Knights, that's the, okay, so I keep saying he's part of the Knights, but that can he even be part of the Knights, or are the Knights fully part of the system? Like, do they even have people that are part of, like, outside the system that are, like, are they, like, a bunch of Redditors? Or not Redditors, like forum moderators that came together for kicks. I mean, I guess Redditors works, but like, I don't know, something like that? Or are they literally existing on that level? It just comes, like, I don't know. It kind of sounds like they just exist on that level, but I really feel like the dad just knows about a lot of this stuff. So, okay, maybe he's not part of the Knights, but maybe he's like, is here for the Knights, you know? Is like, yeah, the Knights, they're my boys. And then other Lain pulls up. What's up, other Lain? How are you doing? Poor sister. Sister literally got her mind gooped. Maybe it was like she got mixed into one of the games, you know? One of the online games. And in that way, can I get naked Lain off my screen then? Sorry. And in that way got hoed, right? That it was like that, I guess. Frick, man. These guys though, the red dot guys, I'm kind of like, I feel like they're chilling. They just seem to be watching. Unless they psionically bombed the coolant thing. But the thing is, it explodes and they immediately tell her that it exploded. They're like, yeah, we were watching, your thing just popped. So it makes it, if they're lying about it, they're doing a pretty good job about not being, if they're lying about not being the culprit of the coolant explosion, then they're doing a good job. I kind of feel like they're not lying though. I think they're just honestly a third party. And they're just chilling. And the Knights, who designed the chip, maybe don't want Lain to have it. And the dad could even still be part of the Knights because he's been like backstepping ever since he got Lain the first terminal. So it's almost like he could have like wanted her to eventually join or something, but then she's just going a different direction, so he's trying to pull it back. But that doesn't fit perfectly, but I don't even know where else the dad could fit into the story, you know? It's just a tough one. It doesn't fit perfectly because of the way the Wired's been, or the Knights have been presented. But my guesses of the Knights could be incorrect as well, so I'm still going to maintain it just because of, you know, room for error. I think it fits comfortably within the room for error. This poor sister is so mind-gooped right now, it's not even funny. Lain coming out of the sky like a freaking angel, dude. This show, man. It's like, what? I just, dude, I don't even know. And why is she naked? Sorry, I'll stop looking at a naked child. Okay, whoa. Let's run that back. Okay, we're gonna suck that one back in. We don't want to. In context, it made sense, but that was still kind of. It's the show I'm watching. It's the show's fault. That's not my fault. That's not my fault. It is what it is. That's what they showed me, so I'm allowed to comment on it. With context, that was okay. I also said I didn't want to, so that means it's a good thing. Wow. What else is there even to talk about? Lain in the TV. Lain's motivations do seem pretty good. Kids. That's a pretty fitting title. Lain's motivations do seem decently benevolent, in that she does seem to wish to protect kids, or other Lain, I should say. Other Lain's motivations seem pretty pure, pretty good so far. And she did seem pretty sad in episode 4 when she watched the kid get shot, right? So I think she wants that to stop. She doesn't like violence against children. Pog, we like that. Lain, maybe she views, like, I feel like she's just, I don't know. She seems to have, like, trusted the Knights. She's, like, interacting with the Knights, but now she's not going to trust the Knights anymore because the Knights have been, screwing with her. With the bombing of the coolant. Or at least she has reason to believe that they might have been responsible for that, so she's probably going to pull away. But Lain, not other Lain, but Lain, and other Lain, I don't understand their relationship. Though we did get to see Lain, which was nice, because we haven't seen Lain for a hot minute. Wasn't even thinking. They even straight up said, just in case we weren't able to read her mannerisms well enough, Arisu straight up said, it's like you're going back to your old self lately. That's literally them telling us this is normal Lain, it's different than other Lain. Because, you know? So... And even going into the Wired, the way that she told the dad about it, of like, hey, like, I'm actually going to fully go into the Wired, made it sound like it was a one-way trip, but I guess it's not necessarily. Because in this, like, the guy that was within the Wired died of old age and then disappeared. And Lain herself is in the Wired, like, with her full body because her computer's strong enough, but it's still... She's still walking around the real world, so it's not like a one-way trip. The reason I thought it was a one-way trip was because we were mixing in suicide with it. So with suicide, I mean, suicide's a one-way trip. That's the point of suicide. And then for them to go into the Wired makes it seem like any way to go into the Wired suicide, but I think that's not the case. So that's an interesting bit of information that kind of helps us figure out how the rules work. But yeah, so it seems like other Lain's motivation right now is to better connect to the Wired, to gain more power within it, and to also, shout out to the dog if you can hear it, to also stop the kids' problems and protect the kids. Lain's motivation seems to just hang out, have a good time, be Lain, whatever. Like, she hasn't showed much action. She's more reactive, so it's hard to read her motivations, because she just reacts to stimuli. And it seems like other Lain's potentially like protective of normal Lain. That's why she's like handing normal Lain off to people like the knights, who at the time were like friendly and next to her, and protected potentially Lain in the Siberia in episode 2. So I kind of see other Lain as like a protective figure towards Lain, as well as like, what else? Like, I don't freaking know. But what is other Lain? With the sister showing up, with other sisters showing up like that, and then mind blasting sister, it's like, it almost feels like the soul resides in the wired, and the soul met the body, right? That's like imagine I have the wired soul that's like a separate phantasmal me that's like behind me right now or whatever, and then I have enough of a connection with the wire that I see it and it sees me, and it's like two separate beings but they're still connected. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting with the whole other Lain situation. But with the sister, with sister and other sister, it was like it didn't mesh well, and it popped. It like didn't work. But with Lain and other Lain, the soul is being real nice to Lain. Other Lain's being real nice to Lain. I mean, that's one way to interpret it. The lipstick as well. I mean, there are some like background themes of like her, like she seems to be aging and growing up, like a little bit of maturity. In that she started going to the club, wear the earrings, lipstick. I mean, these are all things that are more womanly rather than girly. So that's kind of like a subplot going on a little bit, or like a sub-theme maybe. It's not subplot, but like a thematic element that's kind of on the side of it. And okay, I'll go with the idea that Lain and other Lain are blessed rather than God themselves, like blessed by the God. But it's really hard to know. It really could be either. But we can pull that idea back a little bit and just have the room to go back and forth. Okay. Frick, man. Okay. Well, we'll have to, hopefully we'll get some more information on who the black red dot people are, the black suit red dot eye people are, the Knights' motivations, if they're just trolling and having fun and are messing with forces beyond their understanding to do so. How does suicide fit in, right? Is it people just moving to the Lain, moving to like their other, or moving to the wired, moving to their other selves? Other Lain's motivations, hopefully you can see that more in action, because then we can cement them better. Normal Lain and other Lain's relationship. We saw a tiny bit of that with other Lain presumably coming through the clouds, but that didn't really do anything, so hopefully we'll get some more of that. Arisu is my girl, and I think that's where we're going to leave it for episode 6. On to the next episode 7. Hope you enjoyed this episode as I did. If you like the video, subscribe if you're new, blah, blah, blah. And until then, until episode 7, that's all I got for you tonight. Peace.